Okay. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Good.
Um, this is, I guess, because of Texas and OU, this is the coming in. This is the last year of divisions, so you guys are playing for the last West title. And you guys have won quite a few of those, and just wondering kind of what you're feeling about that playing for the last West title.
Well, it makes it a little more interesting, I guess. It's the two teams at the top playing each other last day. It's difficult. We're on the road, playing in a really difficult place to win. If you're the visiting team, and they proved that again this year with 30 plus wins, I think. But I think it's good for our team. I made comment over a week ago to our players that having the opportunity to play Mississippi State and play Texas A&M is just, it's good. It's good for us in the long run as far as, you know, playing great competition and tough venue, and the two teams that are probably the hottest teams in our league, at least our division at this time. And there won't be anything coming down the road probably that we haven't seen after this.
Did the coaches have any input on doing away with divisions? Was that all the conference? And just sort of what are your feelings about not having divisions moving forward?
Well, I made it well known that I don't like it. I don't like top to bottom 1 through 16 baseball's divisions. Look at the big leagues. And it seems like that we always, you know, kind of follow their trend a little bit for the most part. Like, I'm surprised we still can shift past the base. I think that's probably coming down the road too, uh, defensively. But I, I think there should be divisions. I think it keeps everybody engaged. I think, if you got maybe 4 divisions or at a minimum 2, you got teams that are going to fight to the end. I think next year you got a team that's in second place trying to come in first, and they're fighting to get through the weekend, and maybe somebody that's right on their tail or just ahead of them is playing a team that's in 15th place. If I'm in 15th place, I'm playing my guys for next year. I'm playing the youngsters. We're going to finish out and see if we can get better. I think a lot of coaches will do that. They're going to play for the future. And is that fair to the team that's trying to, win a championship when the team ahead of them maybe played that same team in the middle of the season and it was a different fight? So I don't know. I like divisions. I think it keeps fans interested more and go from there. But I could talk about that for a while. And I mentioned that at coaches' meetings when they brought it up, and they looked at me funny, like, I could just tell we weren't going to do divisions, even though we were talking about it. So baseball is about divisions.
Did the coaches get to vote or have a voice in it, or was it just
Yeah,
kind
we
of
got a voice in it, and man, it was mixed, but you could just feel it where it was going. And you know, I don't think we were in. I just think some didn't know what to think, know what to say. A couple of coaches were new in the room because of they're coming in. Texas and OU were there. There was a few new coaches that were there with their teams, but it's what they're going to do. It's just what they were going to do. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess we kind of had a vote.
okay? Well, I'll turn it back to Oliver. I might have a couple more depending on what the other guys ask. Thanks.
I'll let you go ahead.
Hey, Dave, have you settled on your starting rotation for this weekend?
Yeah, Smith will go first. Gage Wood will go second. We'll leave the third game TBA.
And are Tigert and Molina both still kind of options for that TBA option, or do you see them coming out of the bullpen, or how do you envision that playing out?
Could be an option there. Yeah, definitely.
And with Tigert, I noticed in his last start, I think his velo was maybe down a little bit. Is that something y'all noticed? Is there any injury concern there? Is it just what
Well,
do you think going on?
we've had him looked at. We've had him looked at, and as of right now, we're told everything's clean. So we might just give him some time off.
Molina, you mentioned he's an option to come out of the bullpen. Is I don't think he's really done that since maybe his freshman year at Texas Tech. I mean, are you confident that if that's what he was asked to do, I mean, do you think he could do that? Or I mean, I know it's a little bit different starting versus coming out of the bullpen.
I don't know. I'm confident in him when he's pitching good. I'm very confident in him. Now, when you bring somebody out of the pen, you got somebody down there hot right behind him because he's left. Maybe you got a right hander, or if it doesn't go good, you just go to the next guy. When you start a guy, it's different, So if we bring him out of the pen, he pitches well, he can stay in there, grab that starting job again. But we got him. He's just got to go out and throw the ball up better. That's obvious. So I think that's a good spot for him, and he needs to embrace it and get after it.
Yeah,
Coach, outside of Cortez, if you look at A&M and pretty much all their top arms, it seems like they're left-handed, 90, 92, similar profiles. Just what have you made of their staff and how successful they've been, even if the stuff doesn't necessarily jump off the page at you?
Well, yeah, when you're talking stuff, you're talking about velocity. Their secondary pitches are very good. They all know how to pitch. They're, lefties that can locate, change speeds. Prager throws a fastball that has carry, and, it doesn't matter if you're throwing 99 or 92, if it has carry, man, it's hard to hit. It's hard to get on top of it. So he doesn't give much away. He's only walked like 12 the whole season. You got to hit him. You got to hit it when they don't field it. So they know what they're getting every time out. They're getting a really good chance to be in the game and win a game.
And obviously you face a lot of good competition in the SEC, might see some of these teams in Omaha, but is there a little anxiety with this matchup where you're facing a team that you very well could see in a few weeks down the road, maybe not want to give too much away just since it's so close to the postseason?
I don't feel that way. Things change week to week. I think we just want to play well. If we play well, we have a chance to win. If we don't, we won't. Probably one of the top two toughest environments to go in and win. I mean, you look at their overall record at home, it's pretty amazing, kind of like ours, and their fans are loud and organized, and they have a good time at the ballpark. And give credit to Jim and his staff. They've done a great job with this team, putting it together. A lot of new guys have come in and are very talented, and a lot of good returners and guys with a lot of experience. So you throw that in with the crowd that loves their team, it's going to be wild down there.
Dudley.
Well, I care about who's starting and who's batting. My wife wants to know how the grandkids are doing, so I'd throw that out there.
They're doing pretty good. If I'd have brought my other phone in here, I'd show you a picture. I'm not sure. I went over to the hospital last night. It was just my daughter and I. She was already up there, and they have an adjoining room. The two boys are together, and then Clara, the little girl, is by herself. I held her for about an hour and 15 minutes while she's eating. This is about a month ago. They're a lot bigger and not so wrapped up, but that's, now they don't have so many tubes and things in them and hanging out, but it's been awesome. It's been awesome watching them. And then, since you really care, I'm going to show you me and Clara. That's from about 3 weeks ago. That's what I did on a Sunday night after a stressful series. And that was about a 2-hour hold. My arm went numb, to be honest with you, but it was worth it. So
hey, I got some pictures just like that. So the Peyton Holt at the top of the lineup seems to be an energy burst. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I like him up there. We've been trying to figure out a way to get Stovall down in the order, whether it's 2 or 3, driving some runs. We just needed somebody to be on base. So 9-hole guy, 1-hole guy, 2-hole. And it looks like Holt is going to be fine there. He might not be your typical leadoff guy. It's going to sit up there and wait till he gets the perfect pitch to hit. And it may be 3 pitches in or 5. If he gets something he likes, he's going to take a swing at it, and I'm good with that. But, Peyton's he's been very patient with us, didn't get off to a great start, moving him around. I mean, he just was a great teammate. When he got his shot, he didn't give it up. And, we wouldn't be where we were or where we are without him. And, obviously we need him big time going forward. He's very valuable.
Appreciate it.
Daniel.
Hi, Coach. Hagen's close to the school record for strikeouts. Just how have you made of the way that he's dealt with the pressure all year?
I wouldn't even know that he was under any pressure the way he acts. I mean, he's a professional. He uses this facility better than anyone. I mean, he's just doing his work. I mean, all he does is come in here and do his thing. He doesn't get uptight about things. And I mean, the progress he's made physically and mentally in 1 year is amazing. And I don't, I forgot that he was that close to it till you just brought it up. And I saw the other guy break it, Nick Schmidt. So, hey, when he breaks it, good for him. And, hopefully in a couple of years, we'll have another guy run through here that breaks his record.
And then have you seen the weather at all for Thursday and how that might impact the series?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to leave here in a little while and head to College Station and check in a hotel and go out and work out field. And it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow. A lot of chance of rain early, and then more breaks up, and then maybe some more coming in. Obviously we're not going to play the game, start the game. They don't want to start the game with, with Prager going either. We're only going to play an inning and then play 2 tomorrow or the next day, whatever. So yeah, I mean, it was the same last 2 weeks ago at Kentucky. Seems like it was that way at South Carolina. We'll just go do what they tell us to do, but we'll be smart about it. And the weather looks pretty good on Saturday, or Friday. It looks really good on Saturday. And the way the rule reads, the new rules, we could play on Sunday if we need to now.
And then last one, the top three in their lineup, a lot of power. I think as much as you guys have as a team, just how do you deal with, three guys with that much power at the top?
Yeah, those guys are incredible. Montgomery, obviously he was a transfer from Stanford. We really tried to get him. We wanted him. It's hated to see him go there. We recruited him out of high school and thought we were in the mix. Well, he visited Stanford, but Verhoeven, probably the best freshman in the country offensively. I mean, he's a threat big time, and he's leadoff for him. So Verhoeven is an animal. I mean, you could go on and on about this lineup. Laviolette is pretty darn good himself, and he's only a sophomore. I mean, powerful. He may be the best outfielder in the league. Who knows? Him or Montgomery. They're probably both first team SEC, and hard to get one, and much less two in your outfield. So, yeah, I mean, they're hitting 308 as a team overall. I'm not sure exactly what it is in league play. Probably pretty close. Got over 100 home runs, 110, 115 home runs, and they're never out of the game. So you have to pitch them good until the last out.
Thanks, Coach.
Come back around, Bob, and then Hutch.
Yeah, Dave, you guys have won every one of Hagen's starts, I think. I know he hadn't been the winning pitcher necessarily, but most of the time he has been. But you've got to win one game to win the West, and I know you want to win more than one, but Aggie's got to sweep. You all got to win one, but you got to play them at their place, like you said, how tough that is. So kind of how do you weigh that against? You only have to win one game to clinch. They got to sweep.
No, I didn't even know that, Bob. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. Haven't talked to the team about it. Haven't brought it up one time. So we're just going to go play. Obviously, we want to win the series. That's our goal at a minimum, and let the chips fall where they may, where we end up. But we're going to try to do everything we can to win game one. If we don't, we'll do the same game 2 and game 3. So, we've been in this position before. We've been in position before where it went good. We've been in position before when it didn't go well. You just play. Baseball is an interesting game. You never know how it's going to go when you don't play every day. When you're playing professional baseball, you get a little bit of a feel. Might take Tuesday off or Monday off, but you're playing the other 6 days. This time of year, you're playing on the weekend. You don't play during the week. You play on the weekend. It's kind of a strange feel. It's not like you're starting over. You're a little more rested, but you just hope you can kick it into gear if you finish strong the previous weekend. And that's easier said than done, especially when you're facing a guy like Prager and a team like Texas A&M. So to me, I don't want the players to get all uptight about it. it's just, let's go play well. If we play well, we have a chance to win. If we don't, we won't.
Emily, he's obviously an older guy, and I don't know if you sat down with them or Matt, or maybe you both did, but and he knows he hadn't been pitching well. I just wonder, from a maturity standpoint, a guy that's older and pitched a lot, kind of how do you think he'll? You said he needs to embrace it. Kind of what feedback did you get from how he's handling it?
Which pitcher?
I'm talking about Mason. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he's been fine. His workouts have been fine this week. Attitude's been good. Like you said, he's older. He knows he's got to pitch better. I mean, he's more upset about it than anybody. And we need him. He knows we need him. He doesn't want to let the team down. Good things are going to happen for him if he keeps his head up. He's done it before. He'll do it again. Sometimes there's some hiccups throughout the season individually and as a team. And, I just feel very fortunate that we were able to come back and win on Sunday. That was a huge win for us. So, he's working hard. He'll be back.
I don't even know the gender of your grandkids, but you mentioned Clara. So I
Yeah.
don't think we can write her name and not mention the boys' names. I was wondering if you'd mind sharing what the boys' names are.
Yeah, the boys are identical twins. There's Troy and David, named after the two fathers. Jacob's father, who's my daughter's husband, Jacob. His dad's name's Troy, and then the other one's named after me. How about that? And then Clara was just a name that my daughter really liked. There might be a little more to that, but yeah, that's what you have there.
Okay, thanks.
Hutch, close it out.
I just got a quick one, Dave. It's a little bit of a random question, but is it a coincidence that Hagan wears number 33?
Not really. I usually put guys that I put some pretty good lefties in number 33 and number 32, and I'm a little superstitious, maybe, I don't know. But I don't remember off the top of my head. Hagan wasn't one of those guys, hey, I really want this number or that number. I think it was, hey, what do you think about number 33? And he's like, that sounds good to me. So I think that's how it went down. You probably have talked to him. I've dealt with a lot of kids since then.
Was Schmidt the first guy that wore 33, or did you have another guy before him?
No, I don't remember because, I did obviously had another guy that wore it, but Schmidt came in he came here in 2005. So we'd only been here. That was our first recruiting class, really. Coach Jorn, Coach Deggs, and myself were those guys, because inherited the team, brought in a couple guys when we got here for the 2003 season. And 2004, I guess you could say that's our first, because we had a lot of young guys from transfers. And then maybe the guys we got to look at a little bit longer were the guys that got in here in 2005. And we had some pretty good ones in that class.
Thanks.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right, guys, see you down there.